The rank smell of rot and mold permeated the humid air. Every step forward was answered by some nearby slip or slither. You tread cautiously into the wetlands. Okay, so we're in the wetlands now. We can get another card here. The watchful bullfrog. It leaps in the way of attacking flyers. A wolf cub, which we already have one of. Or a river snapper, which we already have one of. It would be nice to be able to defend against flying creatures. And he only costs one, so I think we'll go with the bullfrog. Okay, now this is getting definitely more Slay the Spire-like. Depending on which path we take, we'll block ourselves off from stuff. I can't see what's going on behind these trees, though. Okay, so if I hit W, I can look at what's on my deck more. I can also get a better view. So if we want to do the campfire, we have to go to the right. Otherwise, we'll end up at the sacrifice altar. This looked like a special fight, a normal fight. I'm not sure what the difference is here. It looks like either way we get a card. But I don't know why this one has a blood on it. And if we wanted to skip that campfire, we could pick up this one, or we could go for the backpack. Can we see how many items I still have? Sort of. Apparently I can get up and move around still. Looks like we have one item. So the backpack might be a good idea. And that'll kind of allow us to see what this is. But I think this is going to be a tougher fight. We'll go ahead and go this way. Oh yeah, black goat. A gust from this may lift your creatures into the air, if only for a turn. Oh, so this could give us all of our guys flying for one turn. And then another black goat. But I don't have any 3-cost cards. Flying, on the other hand, could mean we could just end a game or something. We'll try that. Let's see what this harder battle has for us. That looked like a snake. There's a way out for both of us. It's somewhere in this foul cabin. Be silent or I will tear you to shreds. Okay, as I was saying. Okay, so I thought it was a snake, but maybe it's any kind of reptile or amphibian. So that's a bullfrog. Oh, it has that little symbol on it. Okay, so whatever that symbol represents can block flying. What's funny is the bullfrog can already block flying. So that's not super useful. For him anyway. But his other creatures could. And we did draw a creature that has flying. So I think our first move... The stump does not block flying. So if there's something we want to protect, we'll put it behind the stump. Like the raven, for example. So we'll do the squirrel. To get the stoat. This spot? You sure? Says the stoat. And I think that'll complete that turn. 1 damage. Uh-oh. Well, that's bad news. I was gonna draw 2 squirrels and then play the flying creature behind the stump, but these guys have poison, so they'll kill the stoat anyway. So I might as well sacrifice a stoat. And they block flying, so I think the stump is the best spot to put the raven. So we'll draw a squirrel. Play it. Sacrifice these guys. The stoat was getting ready to say something. Looked like, oh, come on. Play the raven. And at the very least, we can balance out each other's damage for a bit. So I think we'll do that. And it also would appear I'm 4 damage away from winning. The raven will do 2. The wolf could be the 3rd damage. But that would involve me using an item, and I don't know if I want to use items yet. So what we'll do is we'll draw a squirrel, but we won't play the squirrel, because the adders will kill the squirrel and I can't use it to summon. The raven will put us 2 damage away from winning. The adders will bring it back, and the bullfrog will finish killing the stump. But I think it puts us in a good spot. Yep. And then we'll draw a squirrel. Play a squirrel there. Play a squirrel there. Sacrifice both squirrels. What's behind? Oh, a rattler. A 3-1. We don't want him getting through, so we don't want to kill the bullfrog. I'm going to place it in front of an adder. The wolf will kill the adder. The raven will do 2 damage, putting us back at 2 away from winning. And then this time the adder and the bullfrog will balance it out. But next turn we should be fine. And we'll draw a squirrel. We won't play it though. And that should be the win. How brutal of you. You dealt me more damage than you needed to win. However, in my game, such feats are rewarded. To be precise, a tooth to keep for each extra damage dealt. So yeah, he's collecting all of the overkill damage. The trapper may be interested in your spoils. Okay, so I gotta find the trapper. And now we get to see what this card with blood on it means. You must make a different kind of choice now. Choose not a specific beast, but decide the cost that you wish to pay. Ah. So we get some cheap 1 blood creatures, some average 2 blood, or an expensive 3 blood. Our deck mostly consists of 2 blood creatures. We could use some cheaper 1 bloods, but we have no 3 blood creatures, and those could be our powerhouse cards. I say we take a look at the 3 blood. The Regal Moose, the creatures of the wild, make way for it. Okay, so it's a 3/7 with the Sprinter ability, but instead it's a hand. A random card with a cost of 3. I can't see what it does in the instructions yet. What were you expecting? Okay, we can read now. Hefty. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. Creatures in the way will be pushed in the same direction. Okay, so it's Sprinter, but it'll move stuff out of its way. That sounds powerful. Go ahead and take him. Now we got a better view of the map. I'm guessing that will lead us to the trapper, since he was talking about it. Since we can't avoid it. I'm guessing that's kind of a mandatory tutorial thing. I'm assuming it's a trapper. I mean, it's a bear trap. It would make sense. We can make one of our cards stronger, add a fire, or we can sacrifice one. What do we have in our deck? I don't see anything worth sacrificing. And I don't think our deck is too bloated to where we want to get rid of a card. Only thing I could think is if we sacrifice the Bullfrog to put it on something with more defense. But I don't know if they can have more than one sigil. I think we'll try that. Then again, the Bullfrog is one of 3 cheap cards that we have. So maybe that's not the right move. Now we'll go to the fire. That and this should be an easier fight than this one. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There's room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its power, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. No way! Oh, the stoat doesn't want to be picked. We can make this Gek more powerful. Make him a free 2/1. Let's do that. The power of the Gek was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Alright. Let's carry on. So we have a squirrel and the bullfrog, which is the only thing we can cast right now. We got our big ol' moose buck, and then a river snapper. We have a grand fir blocking us, or on our side protecting us. He has a stump on his side protecting him. We'll stop the bullfrog from attacking a little bit with the grand fir, but the bee has flying. So whatever we put in front of it is safe from... Whoa! What was his hand doing out here? That was creepy. Anyway, I got distracted by his hand. His bee is flying. Ah! They don't want me to read the bee. Hope none of you are afraid of spiders. So anyway, the bee has flying. It's a 1/1. We'll have to kill it, otherwise it'll keep damaging us. And it won't kill any of our creatures. We can block it with a bullfrog. That might be what we do. So play the squirrel. Sacrifice the squirrel for the bullfrog. And then the bullfrog will be able to kill it next turn. There we go. That was something I didn't anticipate. Played something behind the behind the bee. So when the bullfrog kills the bee, that'll make room for his bullfrog to kill my bullfrog. And around that time, this bullfrog will kill the grand fir. So we need to start doing some damage through here. The moose buck could be that damage, but it would involve using the black goat. No. Another option is we could sacrifice the bullfrog. That's what we'll do. We'll draw a squirrel. Sacrifice the squirrel and the bullfrog, since he's going to die anyway. The river snapper will take a while to die. The bee won't be able to fly over because he's about to die. Perfect. Ooh. Did I neglect to mention overkill damage? You did neglect to mention that. I wasn't thinking the bullfrog would. Excess damage is not wasted. It carries over to the card behind the mangled corpse of the victim. Lucky for you. Wow. Was not anticipating that. That helped out a bunch. What does his mantis do? Bifurcated strike. A card bearing the sigil will strike each opposing space to the left and right of the space across from it. Okay. So he'll attack these two spots, but not what's in front of him. So I can place something in front of it and it'll be safe. But it does mean that 1 damage becomes 2. Especially because a bullfrog is going to kill the grand fir. We need some sacrifice material, so I'll draw a squirrel. The squirrel will be safe here, because the mantis can't do anything. We'll do 2 damage with the river snapper, which will put us close to winning. We can figure out the rest in a little bit. I could have used my black goat, and we could have won right there. And now it feels like we're further behind than we were. That might have been the right call. We might still be able to do it. What's this beehive? Guessing that'll create bees. Bees within. Once a card bearing this sigil is struck, a bee is created in your hand. A bee is defined as 1 power, 1 health, and airborne. Oh, so he gets a bee every time this thing gets hit. Which we're going to overkill and hit it, so he'll get a bee in his hand. Do we use... No, we're not going to die yet. So my plan is to hold on to this squirrel, draw another squirrel, and then we'll get the moose buck next turn. For now, we'll kill his bee, damage his beehive, which should... Oh, it gives me a bee. I thought it gave him a bee. Well then, that's even more interesting. We'll still stick with my plan of drawing a squirrel. We'll play 3 squirrels. We'll play 2, we already had 1. We'll use this guy to play that. Now our bee will take damage if he's here. So we'll put him here, because he costs nothing. And that should help. Oh, I forgot about the moose buck. The might of the moose cannot be halted. So yeah, he just pushed his the bee to his death. And is not blocking the mantis. So that wasn't the perfect play I thought it was. But all we can do is play it from here. See what happens. Here's a new one. Worker ant. Instead of an attack, he has an ant symbol. Ants. The value represented with this sigil will be equal to the number of ants that the owner has on their side of the table. So this reminds me of something from Magic the Gathering. I believe they were called slivers. People would make entire decks around creatures that the more of them that were present, the more powerful they would become. So it seems like the more ants there are, the higher its attack power is. So right now he has 1 ant, so he has an attack power of 1. Not dangerous yet, but if he had 4 ants, each of them would have an attack power of 4. So that can get out of hand quickly. We don't have any sacrifice material, so we need some of that. I don't want to waste it by putting it in front of his worker ant. So I'll place it in front of the stump. Should be safe there because the moose buck should kill the mantis. The river snapper should kill the bee. And we're getting low on health though. But the worker ant should only do 1 damage, not enough to kill us. Oh, I forgot about the overkill. Yep, now it's showing him having 1 damage because he has 1 ant. But yeah, the overkill took care of the bullfrog, so that's less damage coming our way. Let's go ahead and... Okay, yeah, we drew a 2 health, or a 2 sacrifice cost, so the squirrel's not enough by itself. And I don't feel like sacrificing either of these. So we'll do 2 damage with the river snapper, and the moose buck will kill his worker ant. It's starting to tip the scales in our favor. We'll go ahead and draw a squirrel. Sacrifice both squirrels to play the wolf. And this will be enough damage to kill him. And we didn't have to use any items. Excellent. So now we can see what this bear trap is all about. I think it's the trapper. You were stopped along the way by a trapper, looking to liquidate his pelts. There was something uncanny about his appearance, but you were quickly distracted by his wares. He puts the mask on again. Care to look at my pelts? Take a pelt, free of charge. So we got a free rabbit pelt. See the quality? So I'm guessing rabbit pelt is the cheapest. And then, yeah. So cheapest quality, mediocre quality, highest quality. I can't see exactly how many teeth we have. We at least have enough for the golden pelt though. So I'll buy one of those. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we don't have enough for another golden pelt. You'll need more teeth for that. We can pick up the wolf pelt. And another rabbit pelt. You're leaving already? Well, I did spend all of my teeth. Please consider me pelts. Yep, I have no teeth left. Bought all I could. Thanks for your business. Oh, those got added to my deck. So that's going to be some bloat that I'm going to have to go through. At least they're defensive. The man assured you of the value of the pelts. They appear to be useless in a fight. But he mentioned that the trader, another character, the trader, further down the path, would reward you for them. Okay, so we want to hold on to those, because they will be helpful. We have another sacrifice altar. Let's see, we have a few different things we could sacrifice. I'm thinking the bullfrog will be okay. And we can get his anti-flying ability onto another card. I'll go, says the stoat. You're not very defensive, so you're not as much of a help. Kind of want something defensive. Oh, so I can put it on a card with another sigil. But I can only put it on a card once, because I'm not seeing the River Snapper anymore. And he's kind of who I would have wanted to put it on. So I guess we'll put it on the Moose Buck. We can't really control where he goes because of this ability. But if he happens to be in front of a flying guy, it'd be nice. The Elk would be the other option, because he has the next highest defense. But once again, he moves. So we'll do the Moose Buck. And we can pick another card by cost or random. I like the card by cost aspect. Except, I don't know, random, they'll give us 3 choices and we choose which one we want. This one, it'll be a random one from whatever cost we pick. I think it might be easier to make a cohesive deck if we at least can see our options. So we'll go that way. It's me, says the stoat. Oh, he's gonna already start off with some new cards. Okay, Kingfisher has flying, but then what is this? A spider. Okay. Waterborne. A card bearing the sigil submerges itself during its opponent's turn. While submerged, opposing creatures attack its owner directly. Okay, to try to make sense of that, we cannot do anything to the Kingfisher. It has flying, so it'll fly over whatever we put in front of it. And then it'll submerge itself so that we can't attack it. So that's just 1 damage always coming through. Our Grand Fur will at least give us 3 turns against this Kingfisher. And then there's a Bullfrog, which just blocks flying. What do we have in our hand? We got a Stoat, which I can bring forth with the Squirrel, the River Snapper, and the Moose Buck. Let's see if we can avoid using any of these things yet. But we might have to start considering that soon. So go with the Squirrel. We'll play the Stoat. He should be safe. Oh, okay, says the Stoat. And he should be safe because the Kingfisher will just fly over him. And for now, he'll at least negate 1 of the damage we'll take from these 2. So let's do that. Yep, they just completely disappear. Now we'll get another sacrifice material. And since the Stoat, he's got another flying creature behind here, but since I can't hurt this guy at all, that Sparrow will never come down. But he'll have 2 damage coming in every turn. We only have 1 going out, so we need to use the Squirrel. Sorry, Stoat. I know it hurts. Again, says the Stoat. We'll play the River Snapper. River Snapper will kill the Bullfrog. We'll have 1 more damage come our way, but then we'll start balancing it out with the River Snapper. I think that's our best bet for now. Okay, a River Otter. Same as a Kingfisher, except it doesn't have flying, so we can actually block that. Take a Squirrel. Okay, we're going to lose our Grand Fur next turn. We'll do 2 damage to tip the scales back. He'll do 2 damage to bring us back to a deficit. It might be time for the Black Goat and the Moose Buck. Just to start getting things to go our way. Or we could wait and see what else we draw, but I think we're gonna have to do this, and I'd rather not get too far behind. Sucks because that Black Goat was kind of an emergency card, but I think we were quickly getting to an emergency situation. So, oh yeah, and he moved to block the River Otter, so that's perfect. And he can't block any of our damage, so we win. And we got a couple more teeth for the Trapper. So let's see out of these cards, anything. The Fervid Mantis. Its prying claws strike both to the left and right. Okay, that seemed like it was a strong card, especially if we can go to a campfire and boost its strength. The Bullfrog, which we sacrificed already. And the Cat. I'm torn between the Mantis and the Cat. The Cat could give us more summon potential, or the Mantis for more damage potential. I think we go with the Mantis simply because it does damage. Like I said, if we can get to a campfire, we can raise that. Oh, I forgot there's a backpack. I could have used those items. And we got our Black Goat back, so I'm happy. Ah, I think this is another boss fight. Oh no, he took away one of our hits. My boss battles are high stakes, tests of your aptitude. With one flame, you'll either overcome them or die. Fear not, I will let you keep the smoke. Oh, that's useful. A foul smell invaded your nostrils and caused your throat to seize. A hulking man sat by a brackish pond with his feet submerged in the dark water. He pulled the hook from a pile of rotting fish and rose to his feet. I am the angler. Go fish. He's got a scary looking hook there. So once again, he's got 2 lives. He took away one of ours. Hey, we finally found the Gek. He's a free cost card. Got a squirrel, the smoke. So the smoke is basically a free squirrel. We got the raven and the river snapper. He's got the kingfisher, which we can't hurt, but our river snapper can at least block him. So it looks like we got a pretty strong opening hand. We'll play the smoke and the squirrel. Sacrifice them for the river snapper. And then we got a free Gek. So that's just 4 damage on turn 1. Which fish? Hard choose. Oh, he's gonna steal one of my cards. Well, I don't think he'll get a chance because we'll do enough damage. We'll go ahead and get some sacrifice material. And yeah, there should be enough damage to put us into phase 2. Yeah. Whoa! Too fast. Too soon. Yeah, that's insane. Plus the screen tear and all of that stuff. Uh-oh. And they all block flying. Because I was even thinking of a strategy using this fan to give all my guys flying. But he's going to block it all. The river snapper will kill one grizzly. I can tear up one of his cards. Yeah, the most damage I can do is 2. And that's by tearing up one of his cards. Maybe I don't even think we have anything in our deck that we can draw that'll help us. So yeah, I don't see any way out of this. At all. The most we could hope for is to block all the damage, but even then... Okay, and yeah, we don't get any leftover from the black goat. So that's a shame. We'll just do everything we can. Cut up that grizzly. The flying's not gonna help. Yeah, wolf cub's not going to be enough. There just wasn't anything more we could do. That was definitely a meant to lose moment. Huh. Go fish. Ah! Okie dokie. What's going on? I guess we really did lose. You aren't dead yet? You aren't dead yet. This isn't purgatory. though you may think of it that way. Before you expire, I must ask you a favor. I would like a memento. Your very own death card. It's quite plain at the moment, isn't it? We will work together to amend that. I want this to be the perfect memento of you. Here are some cards from your mediocre deck. We can put them to good use. Please choose a card to draw the cost from. Well, they all cost 2. So, the wolf it is. It costs a 2 blood from the wolf. And another. This time I will use its power and health. The numbers. Of course I got all my pelts. What are the odds? Okay, so wolf pelt, at least it's 2 health. 0 power and 2 health from the wolf pelt. Now choose a card from which we'll extract the sigils. The wolf cub will at least allow it to evolve into something afterwards. The mantis, I can spread my 0 damage to either side. Or the moose buck, I can block flying and I can move around. The wolf cub at least might give it some use. I don't know how strong it'll grow. The wolf cub gains 2 attack and 1 defense. So I could at least turn this into maybe a 2/3. A sigil of fledgling from the wolf cub. I never did ask your name. Because I don't like this card, my name is Garbage. There's now but one final matter. The portrait. Are you ready? I'm guessing this is what happened to the stoat and why he's in the card. Is my soul going to be in the card? Well, I guess I am ready. You do not need to smile. Good, I'm not. Here we go again. Another challenger. Perhaps it is time. Perhaps you can understand bones. The resourceful opossum costs 2 bones. You gain a bone when one of your creatures perishes for any reason. Okay, so we have a card now. Oh, you're lacking the bones for that creature. I meant to scroll down. So he's a 1/1 that costs 2 bones. So now we have another way to get creatures. That's definitely helpful. He's going to play a Rattler, which is a 3/1. And that will kill anything here. So I think what we'll do... play the squirrel. Play the stoat here. From the death of your creature, you've gained a bone. I'm guessing that's what this symbol is. You will not lose this until it is spent, or the battle ends. Okay. So yeah, his Rattler is going to be easy to kill, but anything I put in front of it right now will die. So the stoat I wanted to put here just to negate some of that damage coming in. And then we'll probably trade him out for a wolf here coming up. Oh, and I have 2 items again. The squirrel and the pliers. Let's go ahead and attack with the stoat. Take 3 damage. Ouch. What's the last card in our deck, or do we go for a squirrel? We'll go for a squirrel because we need to summon the wolf. While I was asleep, again, says the stoat. Play the wolf in front of the Rattler. We now have 2 bones, so I can play my possum. And there we go. Oh, of course he's going to drop a rattler right in front of my wolf. Okay, let's see what the last card in our deck is. The Bullfrog. A 1/2. That costs 1. I'm not going to sacrifice the wolf yet, even though I know he's going to die. But we need that 3 damage before he dies. So let's go ahead and throw some damage out there. Then what we'll do is a squirrel for the bullfrog. Bullfrog will kill the rattler, and then the possum will attack. Take him 1 hit away from dying. And that completes this round. Alright, I'm interested. Oh! I forgot your figurine. I didn't even realize. But yeah, my guy's not on the board. Get up and fetch it for me. Will do. It's beside the safe. Okay, so I was kind of right when I was talking about these figurines. They are other players. Can I pick which one I am? No, it looks like the one in front. Yeah, I can just pick it up and set it down there. Do you see that? The safe is moving. There's something in there, and it's trying to get out. I wonder what the combo could be. Well, I have the figurine. Well, I couldn't do this before. Looks like I got some extra teeth for the trapper. The wolf. The globe. The fire. The smoke from last time's there. And now it looks like we're adding to it. Did that do anything to... it's hard to navigate this. No, I still need a key to get into here. There's something still going on with this squirrel. The wolf in the cage. Yeah, I don't think the globe has anything on it. Maybe if I spit it fast enough, it'll fly off and do something. No. Nope. Oh, what is this? Last time this was blank, but now we have squirrel and beehive on our side. Nothing on his side. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Maybe if we get an opportunity, we should try to recreate this. I'm not seeing anything else around there to... see, this safe says... or not safe, this clock. I was thinking maybe it was a safe code. I think this is the hour. I don't know, are those the same length? No, this one might be the hour. The minute, the second. But it's a 0 to 9 lock, so 12 could be also referred to as 0. We'll try 036, 306, because I'm pretty sure this one is the biggest one, so it should be last. Maybe. I don't know, let's try a couple different combos with 0, 3, and 6. 0, 3, 6 063 do 3 oops 6 0 oops, that's not what I meant to click on. 306 603 630. No, I think I tried all of them. I wasn't paying that much attention, but that could just be a red herring, and this could be a different puzzle. Especially because, yeah, I can change these. And maybe I'm supposed to change them to a specific number. What else we got here? Oh, this is the rule book. And this was the part that was obstructed on the card. I thought this looked familiar. It kind of looked like a safe symbol. 273. Is there anything else? Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, he's blocking out some of the rules. I was hoping for something to do with the clock, maybe. Because I think we have our safe code now. Man, there's a lot of pages. Alright, yeah. So 273. I guess it's time to see what's in the safe.